In the previous videos, we have learned about fractions. In this video, we will learn multiplication and division of decimals. Let's review decimals. Decimals are fractions with a denominator power of 10. Fractions and decimals both are the same. Let's have a fraction 4/5. 4/5 can be represented as 0.8. This is a decimal representation of 4/5. As I have told you, decimals are fractions with a denominator power of 10. So, to convert 5 into 10, I will multiply the numerator and the denominator by 2. 4 times 2 equals 8. 5 times 2 equals 10. 8/10 can be represented as 0.8. This is a decimal number and the point is called a decimal point. Same as with 5/4. 5/4 is an improper fraction. 5/4 can be written as 1 whole 1/4. This is a mixed fraction. In decimals, before the decimal point, there are whole numbers. So 1 whole can be written as it is. Now, to convert 1/4 into decimal, the denominator should be the power of 10. Here, 10 is not a multiple of 4, but 100 is a multiple of 4. By multiplying the numerator and the denominator by 25, 1 times 25 equals 25. 4 times 25 equals 10. 100, sorry. Now, 25/100 can be written as 0.25. 1.25 is a decimal representation of 1 whole 25/100. Let's have a look at the addition and subtraction of decimals. To add or subtract decimals, be careful with whole numbers and parts or fractions. Let's have an example. First, we will add whole numbers. We will start with ones, then tens, then hundreds. 6 ones plus 5 ones equal 11 ones. As we know, 10 ones equal 110. 110 will be shifted to the next column. Here I will write 1 1. Now 5 tens plus 7 tens equal 12 tens. And 110 will also be added. It will be 13 tens. As we know, 10 tens equal 100. 100 will be shifted to the next column. Here I will write 3 tens. Now 8 hundreds plus 4 hundreds equal 12 hundreds. And 100 equals 13 hundreds. As we know, 10 hundreds equal 1000. 1000 will be shifted to the next column. Here I will write 3 hundreds. And 1000 same as it is. Let's move to the right side. The first column is called the tens. It is the 10 parts of 1 whole or 1 1. Each part is 1/10. Now 4 tenths plus 5 tenths equals 9 tenths. The next column is the hundreds column. This column equals 10 parts of 1/10. Each part is 100. So there will be total 100 parts. Now 8 hundreds plus 7 hundreds equals 15 hundreds. As we have seen, 10 hundreds equals 110. 1/10 will be shifted to the next column. Here I will write 500. Now 1/10 plus 4/10 plus 5/10 equals 10/10. As I have told you, 10/10 equals 1 whole or 1 1. 1 1 will be shifted to the next column. So here I will write 2 ones. In this column there isn't any 1/10, so here I will write 0 or 0/10. Now the next column is thousands. This column is equal to 10 parts of 100. Each part is 1000. So there will be total 1000 parts. Now 1000 plus 2000 equals 3000. Thousandths. Decimal point same as it is. So this is the addition of decimals. Our final answer is 1322.053. Whenever you add or subtract decimals, you should start from the right hand side. Let's come to the last topic, multiplication and division of decimals. Whenever you multiply or divide decimals, you don't need to be careful with the decimal point. Let's have an example. We are going to multiply 2.08 by 2.6. Forget about the decimal point. Just multiply 208 by 26. You already know how to multiply. Start with ones, it means 6. 6 times 8 equals 48. 40 will be shifted to the next column. We will write 8 here. Then 6 times 0 equals 0. 0 plus 4 tenths equals 4 tenths. And then 6 times 2 equals 12. Now with 2. Before starting with 2, we have to write 0 here. Now 2 times 8 equals 16. 110 will be shifted to the next column. We will write 6 here. Then 2 times 0 equals 0. 1 plus 110 equals 1. Then 2 times 2 equals 4. Now let's add them. 8 plus 0, 8. 4 plus 6, 10. 1 will be shifted to the next column. I will write 0 here. Now 1 plus 2 plus 1 equals 4. And 1 plus 4 equals 5. Our final answer is 5408. But where is the decimal point? Now there is a trick for you. If you observe, in our first decimal there are 2 digits after a decimal point, and in the second one there is 1 digit. In our answer we should have 3 digits after a decimal point. 1 digit, second digit and the third digit. We will place a decimal point here. It's mean in multiplication, to add a decimal point we add the digits. This is the multiplication of decimals. 2.08 times 2.6 equals 5.408. Remember, when you are going to add or subtract, you have to be careful with decimals. This process is only applicable for multiplication and division. Let's say if you are going to add or subtract this example, and if you write as it is, the answer will be wrong. You have to be careful with the decimal point. When you are going to add or subtract, the decimal point should be aligned. Now you can add easily. Let's learn about division. The division is somewhat difficult than multiplication or addition and subtraction. Let's divide the same example. 2.08 divided by 2.6. The rule is the same. Forget about the decimal point. you are going to divide 208 by 26. 26 times 8 equals 208. Your answer is 8. Now where should I place a decimal point? In the first decimal there are 2 digits after a decimal point, and in the second one there is only 1 digit. In multiplication we add digits after a decimal point, but here we will subtract. So your answer should have 1 digit after a decimal point. And there is only 1 digit, so I will place it here. Our final answer is 0.8. You have to be careful with divisions. In multiplication, whether you multiply 2.08 by 2.6 or 2.6 by 2.08, the answer will be the same. But in the division, if you divide 2.6 by 2.08, the answer will not be equal to 0.8, or the answer will not be the same. So what would be the answer? Let's imagine there isn't any decimal point. In the first example, we are dividing 208, but here you are going to divide 26. When you divide 26 by 208, the answer will be 0.125. Now, as you know, to place a decimal point, we subtract in divisions. In the first decimal, we had a 1 digit after a decimal point. In the second decimal, we had 2 digits after a decimal point. So the answer will have -1 digit. What does it mean? Now there is a trick for you. Whenever you got a negative digit, the decimal point will move forward. There is -1, so we will move 1 digit forward. Our final answer will be 1.25. Let me conclude it. 2.6 divided by 2.08 equals 1.25, and 2.08 divided by 2.6 equals 0.8. Do you know what is the relation between these two answers? Although they are not equal, they are reciprocal to each other. As we have seen earlier, 0.8 in a fraction is 8/10. So the reciprocal of 8/10 is 10/8. This is a reciprocal. This would be the answer to that one. So in a fraction you can easily predict the answer whether you switch the places. Now at the last, there is one restriction in the division. You are not allowed to divide any decimal, or let's say any number, by 0. Yes, it's true, you are not allowed. You are not allowed to divide any number, because if you do this, the answer is undefined. It's okay if you divide 0 by any number. Your answer will always 0. But if you are dividing any number by 0, your answer is undefined. What is it undefined? Why is it undefined? We will talk about it later. Here you have to remember it. You are not allowed to divide any number by 0. Thank you everyone.